Alright guys, I am hungry, let's go eat. We gotta go talk food here, and I have a couple of suggestions on what to eat, where to go, and 2025 here in Denver has not disappointed. From authentic Peruvian food to handmade Chinese noodles, it's hard to ignore that Denver's expansion of excellent cuisine is inevitable. We're not just talking about the dishes, but we're also diving into desserts and sweet drinks, so make sure you stay all the way until the end to get some fantastic food finds, even if you're just here for a long layover. So to be clear, this is the second iteration of my favorite foods in Denver, and if you're interested, go check out this video. I'll put it up here or down here or in the description. Go check out that video to supplement this video in whatever you're trying to eat. Alright, so let's get right into it. So first things first, let's start with some of my favorite breakfast and brunch favorites that I've had in the past year. Number one on the list, Fox and the Hen. And if you're tired of a typical diner experience and want something more elevated with a farm-friendly aesthetic, give Fox and the Hen a shot. So Chef Carrie Baird appeared in the Top Chef in 2017 and has always dreamed of opening a breakfast restaurant. She joined forces with Michael Fox, owner of Dis Burrito, and came out with not so serious menu with items like Bryan Cranston's Bloody Mary and breakfast salad served over cold pizza. So go out there, give it a shot, and live a little. Enjoy something a little bit more experimental. Number two on my breakfast and brunch places is The Buff. This boulder breakfast institution is known for giant plates, mimosas, and also a line out the door on weekends. Visitors and locals alike love to hang out here. It's approachable, lively, and on the cooler side than your typical breakfast spot. And speaking of atypical, their drinks are fire. I mean, I got the coffee and donuts, the drink, and not actually coffee and donuts, but what it is horchata and nitro cold brew, and of course I asked for whipped cream on top. You gotta have that. Along with the drink, I got a Pacific Benedict made with salmon, cream cheese, and red onion and tomato with 2 eggs and holiday sauce, and I myself am a big fan of smoked salmon. You'll see that later in the video and throughout the whole video. And like I mentioned before, I highly recommend going on a weekday if you can. The line gets pretty insane on weekends, especially before Buffs games. Third on the list is the Cookery. It's cozy, homemade style breakfast and brunch that feels like someone's cooking for you at home. Like honestly, I don't think they made any aesthetic difference from when the building was first built, because why fix perfect? You got the brick interior, the diner stools, and it all adds to the experience. And a little bit of a story here. When I went there for the first time, I took a bar stool seat next to an older gentleman reading a book. Soon after I sat, his plate came out and it looked insanely good. I asked, "What did you order? I gotta have that." And he said, "I've been coming here every Sunday morning for the past 2 years and I always get this plate." It was a piled high chicken and waffles with Belgian waffles, southern fried chicken, sausage gravy, and chipotle honey maple syrup. And needless to say, I was hooked. If you know me, I'm a sucker for chicken and waffles, and this set a new bar for me here in the Denver area. Next on the list is Jelly Cafe. It's a quirky breakfast spot with creative pancakes and also retro diner energy. And going right into the food, I got something more savory when I checked out Jelly Cafe. The Molly Hot Brown has seared turkey, savory French toast with poblano cheese sauce, bacon, and over easy eggs. I really like the runny eggs, but that's not to say I didn't get their famous mini donuts. And their mini donuts are no joke. I got a random assortment of the mini donuts with flavors like Mexican chocolate, lemon filled, salted caramel, cinnamon sugar, and also maple bacon. It's a really cool spot. It's got that like 60s vibe and energy, and the staff was very helpful in deciding what I should eat. And most people get the eclectic pancakes though, like blueberry, cinnamon roll, and bacon jalapeno, and also sweet corn pancakes. I think next time I go to Jelly Cafe, I might get the sweet corn or maybe even bacon jalapeno. Okay, moving on to the next category. If you want something lighter than a full breakfast, check out these places I tried recently. Number one, Call Your Mother, a modern Jewish style deli known for colorful bagels and loaded breakfast sandwiches that make mornings way better. It's usually my go-to for a start of the road trip place, from a hearty egg, cheese, bacon bagel sandwich to a classic smoked salmon, plain cream cheese, cucumber, tomato, red onion on an everything bagel sandwich. Really cool spot. It's got great merch, especially the baseball tee that just says carbohydrates on it. It's really good. Honestly, I might get it myself. And my personal favorite location of Call Your Mother is off of Tennyson Street. I like to walk around with my bagel sandwich and go stop at my favorite local outdoor store, Feral. Next on the list is Devil's Food. It's a sister company right next door to the Cookery, and it maintains that same charm. It's the full cafe and pastry experience that sparks a great conversation with your friends, and you can tell Devil's Food and the Cookery are sister companies just from the aesthetic. Even going up to the register, it's an old cash register with those like raised buttons that you might see in like Tom and Jerry, you know, and the drawer even pops out, but they don't actually use it for like cash handling and things like that. But nonetheless, it's kind of a cool fixture. I got the cortado with the beautiful leaf design, great barista work over there, and I decided to try the Queen Aman, and it's spelled kind of interesting. It's actually Kouign-Amann, Queen Aman, and it's a buttery pastry from the Brittany region of France. I've never tried this pastry before, and I'm a sucker for carbs, so you gotta go try it out yourself. And just to describe the Queen Aman a little bit more, because I've never seen it before in my life and maybe you haven't, but it's described by the New York Times as the fattiest pastry in all of Europe. And that might be true, but honestly it tastes incredible, so I'd say it's completely worth it. So great pastries, great coffee, it's worth the wait, especially after a long run over at Wash Park. Go over to Devil's Food. So what do you think of the list so far? Are there any places that I should try, especially if you've lived in Denver your whole life or you grew up with Denver? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested to see where other people are going and I want to try it for myself. And while you're at it, before you type down that comment, scroll down and click the like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really helps me out and it helps my videos reach out to the proper audience. So thank you for doing that. And now you can go to the comment section and write down your favorite restaurants and what I should try next. Okay, on to the next category. Let's cater to you caffeine addicts out there and mention some of my favorite cafes that I've been to recently. First one on the list is Convivio Cafe. It's a women-owned and Guatemalan-inspired cafe. Hence the name. Convivio Cafe welcomes people of all backgrounds and celebrates the roots of the Guatemalan lifestyle. I personally have ordered the chocolatado. It's a cacao-forward cortado with chocolate made from one of my favorite local chocolatiers here in Denver. It is Bibamba. So supplement your drink with an alfajor, which is 2 shortbread cookies with dulce de leche in the middle. It's almost like an Oreo, but it's sort of like white wafers with dulce de leche in the middle. And Convivio is vibey. It hums with conversation and laughter, and it's a great place to step into the Central America community. Next on the list, Coffee Sarap, which is a Filipino coffee shop with fun and unique drinks. And my mom and my wife's family are all from the Philippines, so I had to try out the place with them. And like most people, I was turned onto this cafe from an Instagram post. I mean, how could you not go visit Coffee Sarap? Look at these beautiful drinks. And you know what they say, you eat with your eyes first. So when you go over there, do not miss the pandan or the ube foam or any cold foam on your drink when you go visit. The staff is very friendly and patient. My mom took forever to decide what she wanted, and she just wanted to talk more about the Philippines than anything with the staff. So they were very friendly and very helpful. So all in all, great location and great coffee. I highly recommend it. Also very recently, It's Coffee. So it's just the contraction, it is coffee. It's a very unassuming cafe in the South Denver area, known for its bold Turkish coffee. So back when I worked at Starbucks, there was this coffee grind setting of Turkish. It was finer than espresso, and I thought espresso was like extremely strong, but turns out there was something even more strong, which is Turkish coffee. I've never had Turkish coffee before until I visited It's Coffee. When I ordered the Turkish coffee, it's almost like it comes in a bowl and you can serve it like with almost like a fancy ladle, or like it's very embossed, embellished. It's almost like artwork, and it only comes in an 8-ounce and 16-ounce choices for the pot of coffee. I can hardly finish 2 ounces just based on how strong the coffee was. They also have your typical cafe and seasonal drinks like pumpkin spice drinks in the fall, but I would give the spiced Turkish coffee a try if you're feeling adventurous, of course. And sometimes they have free samples like chocolate covered strawberries, and I'm not going to turn that down. This next group of restaurants needed a category of its own just because I'm a huge fan of what Denver is coming out with these days. Number 1 in this category, it's Latin American influenced restaurants, and it's Super Mega Bien. It's a lively, hip, and Latin-inspired spot serving small plates, dim sum style, so every table feels like a food adventure. So sometimes when I go out to eat with my friends, I get jealous of what they ordered, but I have to commit and stick with my order, right? But at Super Mega Bien, it doesn't have to be the case. Get an exorbitant amount of food with small plates ranging from papaya salad to pork wings to arepas de queso. These small plates are shareable, so it feels like you're trying so many different kinds of foods all in just a couple of hours, and they are really good. The atmosphere is cool, it's great for date nights with whom you'd like to test their palates, and you'll leave feeling full. My advice though is don't get the large plates, just get the small plates. Next on the list is Red Lama. It's a no-nonsense restaurant with authentic Peruvian food made with Peruvian ingredients. And I can't tell you how impressed I am with this restaurant. I learned so much about Peruvian cuisine, like why Peruvian restaurants sell Chinese food and why Peruvian restaurants also serve Italian food. And when you try it, you'll see the influences of so many different countries around the world. So story time here real quick. When I went there, I went with my mom, and that same day she had to put down her dog of 18 years. She loved the little Gizmo, and while we talked about the good times with Gizmo and his little quirks, we were surrounded by spices from around the world and refreshing drinks. It was a nice getaway from the sad day, you know, and the staff was more than accommodating for what we were looking for in our dinner. So the food really took us away from the sorrow, and the drinks were amazing as well. So go make that trip out to Lone Tree and try it out yourself, and make sure you try the chicha morada, which is the representative drink of Peru. And they tell me it's like Christmas in a cup, and honestly, after trying it, I couldn't be jollier. Next on the list, La Diabla. I can't believe I went this long without trying La Diabla. It's a Mexico City style cantina famous for street tacos, mezcal, and bold flavors that feel straight off the streets. So it's just down the street from Coors Field and winner of the Michelin Bib Gourmand Award. La Diabla attracts everyone who wants an authentic pozole. And speaking of authentic pozole, the first proteins back in the day, like hundreds if not thousands of years ago, the first proteins to be added in pozole were humans. And after the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire, cannibalism was banned and pork pozole was the new normal. So now it sounds like La Diabla's iteration of pozole is the pork variety and not the human variety, but I can't guarantee that. So get some tacos, get some pozole, and wash it down with their mezcal lineup. And if you're in the area on Tuesdays, they have a sirloin served on a trompo, basically like one of those the spits that sort of spin around. Looks really fire. So like check it out Tuesdays. It's a great way to spend your Taco Tuesday. Next category on the list is Chinese, Vietnamese, Filipino, and also Japanese favorites as of recent. So a lot of Asian cultures coming your way. So first is Yu's Noodles. It's noodles made in-house. In fact, guests have an unobstructed view of the noodles being made. It's a fantastic place, and it opened pretty recently in the Lone Tree area, and honestly, I can't get enough of the food there. From the table sauces to the plateware, it feels like you're not in Lone Tree anymore, and that's before the food comes around. I've gone here a couple of times now, and as long as you get the entree with their fresh made noodles, you can't go wrong. But before you get that, get some soup dumplings and put on some chili oil and be blown away with the presentation and the flavors. Next on the list is Tony Pho. It's right off South Federal Boulevard. It's a classic pho shop on Federal serving steaming bowls of Vietnamese comfort food. And I don't know if you've heard this from me in my previous video, but if you want an authentic Vietnamese cuisine or choice, South Federal Boulevard is the place to go. And lo and behold, Tony Pho is right off of South Federal. You got crispy egg rolls, spring rolls, pho, broken rice. The whole gambit is excellent. And I usually get shrimp and pork spring rolls with Vietnamese iced coffee, which is concentrated coffee with condensed milk. So arrive thirsty because they fill up your cup every 5 minutes. So I don't know why they are so adamant on making sure your water is filled to the top, but don't you worry about being thirsty over there. They will take good care of you. Next on the list, you got the Filipino variety Magna Kainan, which is a true Filipino comfort food spot, serving upscale versions of classics like adobo, pancit, and pandesal with a full bar. I never thought I'd see the day where Filipino food could be almost considered a luxury. I mean, something as basic as pandesal was served with Biscoff butter and beefsteak butter. When we went, we got sisig, laing, pinakbet, adobo fried rice, and of course, halo-halo for dessert. It's quite the experience, not gonna lie, but Magna Kainan can be a little bit pricey, so I'd recommend trying it at least once and decide if you want to go back from there. Next of the Asian culture and food, we got katsu ramen of the Japanese variety, right? So it's been a while since I've had a ramen bowl that felt this authentic. Located right off Havana Street in Aurora, this place is a must-try for ramen lovers, and when you walk in, you're greeted with the friendly Japanese staff, of course, posters of Naruto and One Piece characters eating ramen, and pictures of the process of making ramen. It feels genuinely authentic. But before you order your ramen, get yourself some onigiri rice balls. Personally, the salmon with garlic soy butter is my absolute favorite. And speaking of garlic, if I were to recommend one ramen, it's the black garlic tonkatsu. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's better than your typical ramen place like Jinya Ramen that you commonly see in the city of Denver. And in general, if you want a more authentic Asian dish, you gotta go to Aurora, which is where Katsu is at. Now let's move on to a more elevated dining experience that might suit your and your potential date's appetites. We're gonna start at lunch, not directly go to dinner just yet, so Black Belly Market looks fantastic, and it is fantastic. Chef Hosea Rosenberg's butcher-driven restaurant where everything feels local, seasonal, and also well prepared. Previously, Il Porcellino used to be there, but Black Belly Market took over not too long ago, and it's still the same high-quality butcher shop, so I'm not missing it too much. I mean, they got Wagyu chopped cheese, Reuben's bulgogi Wagyu beef, and it's all insanely good here. And the bread is not to be slept on either. The crunch, the substance, everything gives the whole sandwich meaning and purpose. Get some chips on the side from the local Boulder Chip Company, get a drink, and also enjoy some experimental sandwiches with some high quality ingredients. Next on the list, and now we're going into the dinner scene, we have Sunday Vinyl. It's a wine bar with a very cool record vinyl vibe. I feel like I said vinyl 3 times there, but it pairs eclectic bottles of wine with Euro-inspired small plates, and I'm not the one to go all out on dinner, but sometimes my lady and I like to splurge. Sunday Vinyl was always on our go-to list once we saw it in Union Station. Like, it's literally within eyesight as soon as you open the train doors. So that night we took the train all the way to Union Station and indulged in some fine dining, and yes, we did keep our pinky out, don't you worry, we were fancy. If you think the food will be amazing, then you'll love the ambiance, the mood lighting, the upscale bar, and of course the vinyl record spinning on some sweet hits throughout the night. And if you want a cool experience at Sunday Vinyl, you gotta go check out the Sunday Menu Mixtape, which features a limited run lineup of experimental dishes paired with wine and, of course, a sweet record. Are you interested in eating in a repurposed mortuary? So if you are, Linger turns the whole vibe around from dead to very much alive here in Denver. It's a low-hi staple inspired by street kitchens around the world offering happy hour, brunch, and also dinner. They really keep it local with over 50% of their ingredients sourced within Colorado, supporting over 55 local ranchers, farmers, growers, and food artisans. And if you're feeling the rooftop, there's a specific menu for that. So get the vegetarian crispy Filipino spring rolls and follow it up with the duck fried rice. Although I myself didn't get any cocktails, that shouldn't stop you from trying it. My friend got the Mojave Muerte. It's a black pepper infused mezcal with hibiscus, blanc vermouth, and lemon and grapefruit bitters. And of course, just downstairs is Little Man Ice Cream, so you gotta go get some ice cream afterwards. I always have a second stomach for dessert, especially when it comes to Little Man Ice Cream. And if this is too fancy for you, let's go into the next category where we're looking for something a little bit more casual, and these are my favorite eats that are more on the casual side. So first on the list is tacos, tequila, and whiskey. A pretty basic name, but the food and drink is all but basic. And quick check in here, they often say some Spanish words that are considered vulgar. So if you know how to speak Spanish and you read the menu, I guess you've been warned. So just wanted to let you know that. Tacos, tequila, whiskey is very alcohol forward. Surprise, surprise. So they serve small batch tequila and whiskey as well as award-winning cocktails and desserts. I mean, look at their cocktail list from margaritas to the cocktail classics and of course your wine and beer menu. And of course, the street tacos are pretty darn good too. And when I went there, I had the queso birria, molerito, the barbacoa, and the hongos or mushrooms. It's one of those places where you try a little bit of everything and leave like you didn't miss out on anything, much like Super Mega Bien. So I enjoyed that place for sure. Next on Casual Bites is Homegrown Tap and Dough Pizza, a go-to for pizza, pasta, and beers in a relaxed, family-friendly space. It's one of those places where it's like, we should go out to dinner tonight, hun, for the whole family. And they're like, okay, great idea. What are you thinking? I don't know, maybe pizza. homegrown? And then the kids in the background are like, yay, let's go to homegrown. You know, it kind of feels like that, right? I love this place. It has several locations all across Metro Denver, and homegrown itself is pretty darn good. And for those of you who are Denver locals, you might say, homegrown, of all places to like pizza, why are you recommending this? Well, I've already mentioned Blue Pan, Cosmos, and Redeemer Pizza in my previous food videos, so I did not forget about those places. I just want to make sure that I am fully aware of those great pizza places. So anyways, a beer and a pizza is typically a great choice, and if I had to pick one of those pies as a favorite, it's got to be the Pigs and Pears, featuring goat cheese, candied bacon, and pear. Pretty interesting combo, but trust me, I think you will like it. Or if you're feeling a sandwich, the grinder is a great choice. I always substitute regular fries for sweet potato fries. It's a must. All right, last on the list, Noke Aloha, the Hawaiian comfort food with plate lunches that bring island vibes to Denver. There was a Hawaiian place in San Diego that I incredibly miss. A little bit of a story here. It's right outside my old community college, Mesa College, and it was one of my favorite places to go after my history of jazz class. Over there, the Big Brother combo had short ribs, mac salad, rice, chicken katsu, and pulled pork, and combine all of that with sriracha sauce. I could demolish it. And I couldn't find anything like that here in Denver until I found Noke Aloha. The mixed plate is everything I missed back in San Diego, and now the only thing holding me back from excellent Hawaiian food is a 20-minute drive over in Aurora. And while you're there, make sure you get the hurricane fries with poke. It's as close to the island you will get. Very fresh, fantastic, and even the restaurant itself has all the Hawaiian vibes that you know and love. So that about wraps it up for now. These are my favorite eats that I've had ever since, I think like even mid 2024, but I was living in a van in 2024 with going back to Denver a little bit. But nonetheless, if there's anything that I missed or any suggestions that you want to impart onto me so I can try it out myself, make sure you leave it in the comments below. Make sure you like it, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching all the way through, and I'll see you guys next week.